We have Terra Luna symbol LUNA versus the dollar. I believe we recorded a video on this one earlier this week, and I want to follow up on this one now. It actually has broken out of the top side of the short-term range highs, which is about 60.69, which we did say I believe was likely coming off these lows. Short term, do I think that you get maybe one more try at about $70 to $71? Perhaps yes. I would, however, be looking for a pullback from that region, and then very likely some sort of a higher low to be set in the mid to low $60 regions. If you see something like that, that would be a really, really good sign. And to be fair, this is among the best charts we've seen today. I like what the weekly is doing here. Still would like to see it obviously close above like $70 in order for me to look for the next major continuation move to the upside. But Luna actually showing significant relative strength. We do see hidden bullish evidence starting to be constructed on the weekly. Obviously, that will be confirmed with any sort of a closure here or higher on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. If that happens, that would look really, really good for continuation into the next, well, basically into early March, with potential targets back up in the mid 80s, maybe even more. On top of that, if we reference over here on the daily stochastic momentum is obviously nice and well positioned to the upside as long as this one's closing above 50 and a quarter, which obviously it is. 5-day, which just closed last night, is playing out another trendline test, actually, a trendline that's been tested 3 times in the past, and this is the 4th time. Let's actually mark these off just to see where they do coincide with, because I'm curious for my own knowledge. And you will also notice that upside momentum will continue off these critical lows as long as this one's closing above $55 or so right here. And let's see where these line up with. Well, what do you know? It's this low right here. Okay, this one didn't necessarily work out as like the major massive low, so fair enough. This one over here, definitely a major massive low. This one over here, definitely a major massive low. This one over here, well, so far so good. So that actually is quite comforting, I guess. Yeah, I'm looking at the weekly over here. It's going to have a chance to flip to the upside. Technically, probably not this weekend, but next week should have a better chance. But 78, 75 is going to be the magical number for right now. Anyways, Luna showing incredible relative strength. So I'd really only invalidate bullishness on this one after maybe a short-term pullback after... Okay, I need to collect my thoughts here. Short-term pullback after a little bit of continuation, maybe gets one more try to like $70 or so. And then plays out that hidden bearish evidence that it is starting to construct here. Short-term pullbacks down to, mid to low $60 is completely fair game. Just looking for a higher low after that. If I see something like that on a lower term time frame, that's at the point where I'd say that next week or probably early mid-March, it very likely does set up for that continuation move. Into the mid to low 80s, and that's going to look a lot better than most of the things we've certainly seen today. In fact, it's certainly among the best charts that we've seen today. So where would I invalidate bullishness, or where would I invalidate this one, or perhaps just validate major downside would obviously be below about mid 50s, about $55 on a daily closure. At that point, I would be looking for this one to make its way down to, probably 30, 40 bucks, over time. But for right now, actually having a really, really good move. Bullish evidence come off that low right there. Volatility also heading up at the same time. And the daily jewel actually got a really good signal right here on the 22nd of February. That was the low, and then you got the momentum play 2 days after that, which is now coming alongside an extreme expansion off the lows right here on daily BBWP. So I do think that this move is actually real. There's going to be ebbs and flows, obviously, but actually quite good. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for Terra Luna, sir.